You know how the State Department has become kind of a junkyard in this administration? Honestly, anytime anybody gets fired from the Trump administration, they make them an ambassador, right? You know, you want to get rid of the U.S. attorney in New Jersey so Trump's favorite parking garage lawyer can take that job instead? Okay, take the existing U.S. attorney to New Jersey and make that person ambassador to Namibia for some reason. Or Kari Lake, the election denier from Arizona who Trump put in charge of Voice of America, basically to shut down Voice of America. A judge ruled that Kari Lake's whole reign there, her whole appointment there was basically illegal. The judge effectively nullified everything Kari Lake had tried to do. I mean, think about that. Her job assignment at Voice of America was achieve total failure. But Kari Lake even failed at that. So what do you do if you fail out in the Trump administration? Well, they've just made her ambassador to Jamaica. Remember the auctioneer who had a side hustle advising people on a tax scam? Trump tried to put former Republican Congressman Billy Long in charge of the IRS, where again, the job assignment for him was basically to dismantle the IRS. But even when ordered to make that agency fail, Billy Long failed at that. And so then they named Billy Long ambassador to Iceland. Confirmed him today. Sorry, Iceland. I mean, it's never a good sign for any part of the government when it becomes the place you get dumped when you fail. But that's what the State Department under Marco Rubio has become. It's the garbage disposal of the Trump administration. But did you ever wonder why there's so many ambassador jobs open and available for these failures to take as their next job? Like, why didn't we already have an ambassador to Namibia or Jamaica or Iceland? Well, we don't really have ambassadors to anywhere. The Wall Street Journal just reported that of the 195 total ambassador jobs that the State Department is supposed to fill all over the world, the number of ambassador jobs that are vacant is 115. There's 195 of these jobs. They have left 115 of them vacant because that's what the State Department is now. That's how much we care about diplomacy and our reputation around the world. The few ambassadorships they have filled, right? If they're not for people who have failed out of other jobs, they've been make-work jobs for discarded or otherwise embarrassing members of the Trump family. Like Jared Kushner's dad, who went to prison, who's now ambassador to France. Or Donald Trump Jr.'s girlfriend, who got ambassador to Greece as a consolation prize when she and Jr. broke up. I mean, the State Department is a junk drawer now. It's one of those scrap yards where they smush down cars into little cubes. Under Marco Rubio, the State Department is where broken things go. I mean, it's yet another sign that the State Department is not much of a priority, that Marco Rubio is supposed to be working full-time as Secretary of State there, but they have nevertheless also found ways to keep him busy with other jobs, including being the National Archivist and being the head of USAID and being the National Security Advisor and being the Viceroy of Venezuela. And all these other jobs they have been making up for him, while Trump's son-in-law Jared and the president's real estate friend Steve fly around the world instead of the Secretary of State during what sure looks like a we accept Venmo version of private for-profit diplomacy. And now, on top of all of these layers of failure, they have just made another change so that what remains of the CDC's capabilities in global health, what remains of CDC's capacity to do good stuff around the world to protect people from things like infectious disease outbreaks, for programs like PEPFAR, for example, the HIV program started by George W. Bush that has saved more than 25 million lives. The remaining CDC capacity to do good global public health work, a very, very necessary thing that nobody else in the world can pick up because we have led it for so long. That is all now, later this year, going to be taken over by Marco Rubio's State Department. They are going to further drastically reduce what remains of the CDC presence overseas, to replace it with the Department of Failure, the junk drawer department, Marco Rubio's Department of State. And this is happening right as we're learning that we've already cut our global health capabilities so much that we have just been blindsided by, surprise, the biggest Ebola outbreak in more than a decade, which already appears to be rapidly expanding in multiple countries before anybody got any sort of start on trying to contain it. It's the kind of thing you might want to ask the Health and Human Services Department chief spokesman for a comment on, except, oh yeah, he just quit, so there's nobody in that job. He quit last week, apparently in protest of Trump's demand that the FDA should approve fruit-flavored nicotine vapes that appeal to children. Make America healthy again, right?